Hey everyone, for today's mini Vlogmas episode, which is keeping it really short, we're going to talk about making your own sequin applique letters. So if you want to know more about the jumper, the make, I'll put a link up here for you to the video where I talk about that, because this is where I've added in the lovely velvet. I tell you what, it is so soft, like the movement when you're wearing it, and also just have a little stroke as well. But the sequin appliques on the back, I made those myself, so I thought I would show you how to do it today. So what you need is often described as heat and bond. It is available in a lot of places, and what it is sort of the textured fabric glue, like a web on one side. It has paper on the other side, but when that paper is peeled off, it then obviously is sticky on both sides, and you can tell it's December, can't you? So what I mean is, once you've ironed something to this side, then that becomes solid and firm. You can peel the back off and then iron it down onto something else. What we've got to think about is, if we want the sequins facing up to be a word, that means that on the back the words will be in reverse. So when you are, because it's like paper, what I like to do is to draw in pencil what I want on the heat and bond, but remember it will be reversed. So if we're going to do something a little bit fun, I prefer pencil, because then there's no risk of like any ink or anything going wrong. So if I was going to do like my own little initials for my channel, so SG, Sequin Girly, I'm going to need to do my S in reverse. If you're having trouble with thinking about it in reverse, print it onto a bit of paper and flip it over so you can look at how it looks. Or get a Sharpie, draw it in paper the right way round and then flip it over. So I'll show you what I mean. If you're having trouble, do this. Grab a Sharpie, do it the right way round, and then when you flip it over you can see how it's going to look. So I can see there I want to shape that a bit more, give it a slightly more interesting shape. More like it, yeah. So just, yeah. So there's my S. So then when we've got it in reverse, that means we can cut out just a bit bigger than it, because we don't need it the right shape yet. So we're going to flip it over, iron a scrap of our sequin fabric to this. Now I personally prefer Sequin Velvet for this, because the mesh otherwise will let the glue through. So Sequin Velvet, you've got like this, you've got this lovely velvetiness behind, so you want a scrap. Sequins, you might want, sequins just pinging off everywhere, you might want to use a protective cloth to prevent your iron from, if any of this is going to melt or anything. So you might want to do that. So iron it on, make sure the steam is off. You can always turn it over and iron from this side as well. So we'll do that and I'll meet you back here. Now obviously follow the instructions for the heat and bond, or whatever it's called. I think it's called Bonder Web as well, that you've got. But I know I can use, having done this previously, I use my highest heat, no steam, just little moving it. The sequins do get quite warm, so be careful. And then obviously let it cool down before you cut it, because you want the glue to have gone back to solid. You don't want it like super sticky as you cut. You don't want to get your scissors all gunky. So now what I'm going to do is cut out, this is what I've got. Even that's joyful, isn't it? I'm going to cut out the shape now, so that I am left with it. So here we go. Now you might be like, oh, should I use my fabric scissors? Should I use paper scissors? It's really up to you what your preference is, because it's obviously a mixture of the two. Depends on how fussy your fabric scissors are, how easy it is for you to sharpen them. I can sharpen mine anytime I like, because it works and I've done it many times, so I'm not worried about that. So there we have it. So have I got it up the right way? That's the right way. I'm having a moment there. Oh, the shininess. There we go. So remnants could still be used for something else, because remember that is sticky, so you could do little circles or something. So what I wouldn't do personally is peel the back off till I'm ready to adhere it to something, but I'll show you on a little scrap here what you see on the back. So you want to be really careful because you really want to make sure that it stays on. So it is like that on the back. Let's get it. It's sort of shiny on the back now. And that's ready then to have heat applied to stick it wherever you want to stick it. So I now will need to go and do a G, but there we go. So hopefully that was helpful. You could iron it on, then you could do a zigzag round if you're worried about it fraying. I feel that the bond seal is pretty good, but you could do a little zigzag. You could put some fray check on, do a test. I haven't put this in the wash yet, but I will let you know. But how amazing is that? See you again tomorrow.